Coming up on the next episode. Well, good afternoon, YouTube. It's Thursday, about 2:11 in the afternoon. I'm here with you with a bit of a sneak peek, a little preview of what's coming up on DERB. You guys may have remembered this, but I bought a 3D printer. Been a while ago. Back when the first stimulus check hit, I bought this printer with good intentions of putting it together and using it. Well, as time went on, I decided I would use it or make a winter project out of it. And to me, this is close enough to winter because it's cold outside most of the time. And so I think what we're going to do is put that printer together. Now, for this little project, I've enlisted the services of Bob. You all know Bob. And what we're going to do is, this is going to be a little unique. This is going to be a interactive type video between Bob and I, and it will be recorded, obviously. So let me play a little bit of a clip of what we were talking about this morning. Well, I think more this afternoon, but anyway, on this subject. And let me play that for you right now. What I'm trying to get at is like, if, go ahead.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and change my screen around.
Yeah, change the share screen, stuff like that. See, I want to see what's in there because when I do videos of this, building this 3D printer, I want to be able to have as much as possible, you know, to take from the Zoom recording that to show what we're doing, and you know, same time doing what we're doing.
Right.
So yeah, there you go. So you think that'll be in there, right?
It should be, yeah. That's what. That's what I'm going to do is, you know, when we're done or whatever, I'll take and I'll send you. You know, I'll upload the
to the Google Drive
media to the But yeah, move this around.
See, I can see that real good in here now. I can see 1, 2. You know, on the what do you call it? You just moved it, but other than that, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I see that. So basically, well, you can't see my cursor though, can you?
No.
Point to 1. Okay, that's 1. Now 2. Now 3. Now 4. Now 5. Absolutely, I see every one of them. I had it right. But see, I can see all that stuff in here where I couldn't see it in the back in the shop. It's just too small on that little screen. You know, this 24-inch monitor makes a hell of a difference. So you're going to try some different things like, I'm trying to think what else we would be. Have you got it in the view you're going to be using?
Yeah.
You know, have you, in other words, you got me and you on the side and
no,
saying big.
I have you a quarter screen on the side.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. See, that's what I've got here, but I've got both of us on the quarter screen, and then the big window is the diagram.
Right.
All right, now that you've seen that little clip and you see what we're talking about doing, that's going to be kind of a neat thing. And Bob and I played around with this morning. Back in the shop area, I had a camera set up, basically the same camera I have in here, the Logitech. And I had it pointed at the bench where I had the hybrid radio, the little Motorola. And he could see that, and I had him up on the monitor in Zoom. Now, we were using Zoom. That's all we were using. And I could see him on the monitor, and if he needed to, he could flash up a screen using Zoom, and he did, and it was the Motorola hybrid radio schematic, and he could point at things and show me, you know, hey, want to do this, want to do that. And that's what we're going to do with this 3D printer. Basically, Bob's going to put up diagrams on his screen share, and that will be recorded, as well as the webcam will be recorded, as well as the camcorder, the Canon camcorder that I have. It will be hooked up to electric, and it will be recording the whole thing as well. Now, we're only going to try to limit these sessions, and I don't know how many it's going to take, to about 30 minutes at the most. That's about the limit, anybody watching and things like that, and so that's what we're going to try to do. So it should be interesting, I think, and Bob agreed that it should make an interesting video. And this was more the idea that I had for doing a live type broadcast, interactive, and this will do it. At least Zoom will let you do one-on-one, limited time, and so that we can do that. And even at 30 minutes, you could do, if you just limited it to 30 minutes, you could do 3 or 4 people or whatever you wanted. And eventually I would like to try that back in the shop, but right now that computer is not able to handle it. I think that's less than 2 gigahertz speed. It might be at 2 gigahertz, but it's right close to it. And it's only 2 gigahertz or 2 gigabytes of memory, so it's really limited on what it does. It's still only running MX Linux, but still it was very limited with Zoom, and even with Zoom I was having problems seeing flashes of the desktop back and forth when he was displaying the pictures, images, and things like that. So I'm going to have a better computer back there before I can do anything seriously back there. So I think what I'm going to do is take my old computer and maybe try to upgrade the memory in it to at least 8 gigabyte and put that back in there. I think that would be good enough for operation like that, pretty good. So I think it would work well. So I do have that hardwired back there, Ethernet. It's not Wi-Fi, so it's hardwired just like this computer is, and so that part of it should not be a problem at all. So elsewise, you guys saw our promos today. Carl and I both put up promos for the podcast tonight at 7. Hope you guys can join us. We really would like to get this thing going, and very, very important for you guys to, in the chat, ask questions. It doesn't have to be of our guest. It can be of Carl and I. It can be about the podcast itself. It can be about the weather. We don't care. We just want to have some interaction between the chat and I. We have an assigned monitor that will be relaying chat messages to us, questions, things like that. And like I said, that will be coming up then, and we just hope that you guys, number one, will watch, because if nobody watches and asks, interacts, asks questions, things like that, there's no sense in doing it live. You have to admit, I mean, if the only reason you're doing live is just say you did it live, that's really not that much of a reason. And so we hope that you guys will watch and interact. And that's what we were doing this for. And we understand last week it was kind of a bummer. It was not too good. I messed up a lot of stuff, and OBS wasn't running the best. And Carl is already pulling his hair out, I'm pretty sure, because he's already called once, and I'm sure he'll call back again with questions. And I'm trying to give him the benefit of my knowledge as far as what I messed up and how to make it better, and hopefully that will work. But again, there probably will be problems. Just bear with us, and like I said, we will eventually get this down pat to where it's fairly smooth running. And there's always going to be glitches anytime you're doing things live. And Carl, you have to stop and think about this. Carl is running the Zoom meeting, okay? He's got that going. He's running OBS. He's got that going. He is streaming to YouTube. He's got that going. That is quite a bit. Plus, he's listening to the chat monitor, talk to him. And, it's, both of us are listening to that. That comes over Zoom. But like I said, it's just, it's a lot to think about. Now, I didn't do bad as far as being able to keep up questions, things like that. But man, I tell you what, when you have to monitor 2 or 3 different things, it's really hard to do. The obvious way to do it is the best way to do it is get your Zoom window set up and not have to worry about it anymore, and get your OBS sources set up to where you know where they're at. You can click on the little eyeball, bring them up, and make sure that the one's on top that needs to show through all above everything else. All that stuff is now. Carl's been on OBS for about a year, he said, and he uses the studio mode, which I don't use. And he was asking me about it. I said I don't use it, so I don't know. If you're more comfortable using that, then you should use it. But like I said, I just go shoot from the hip. So, all right, that's about gonna do me. So I'm hoping you guys will join us, and like I said, ask some questions, be interactive. Please help us out on this, and we'd appreciate it. And like I said, we also. You guys have suggestions for new people to interview? That would be great. Anything at all that you have on your mind when you're watching this, you guys know how the chat works on a live view. Everybody's talking about everything. And, ask questions. We're here to answer the questions. That's facts you did not know. So, all right, that's going to do me. You guys, I hope you join us, and everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching, and we will see ya!